Hello, friends. How are you? Hope you are all well. Welcome to our channel Sukun FM English. Today we listen episode number 6 of Shadow King. If you enjoy the story, please like, share, and comment in blue. Let's start episode number 6. Shapier was the main product of Kiara Agarwal's industry. It was sold not only in the country but also abroad. To become a good salesman, one had to know every type of spear from inside to outside. Then Iraz took out a piece of spear and placing it in front of Samar asked, "Looks at this. Which spear is this?" With just a glance, Samar Bhardwaj recognized the quality of the piece of the spear. He immediately replied, "This is silent spear." Then Iraz's red lips rose a little and she asked her next question. "Why is this silent spear? Not something else?" Samar immediately replied, "Of the four famous spear, silent spear come from Sri Lanka and come in light of the medium blue color, with some having grey tines and the same grey color is visible in this. Burmese spear come from the Magok region of Myanmar and known for their deep royal blue color. Kashmiri spear which are obtained from the region of Kashmir are known for their excellent charity. Australian spear, on the other hand, come in a variety of colors, including deep blue with a mix of green. That's why it is silent spear." The people in the room were surprised to hear Sumar's answer. This man knew too much more about the spear. Even some of the people working in this company did not know this much. Hearing this answer, Ira stood up from her place. A glow appeared on her beautiful face. She smiled happily and said, "Congratulations, your job is confirmed." He felt that the man sitting in front of him would definitely do something big for this company. He had a better understanding of Neelam than him. Wow! Hearing Iraj talk about the job, Summer had a sign of relief. Now that he had got the job, the lunch problem was resolved. For him, his biggest hope now was to have a good meal. Smiling lightly, Iraj said to the beautiful girl sitting next to her, "Prachi, help Samar get registered in the sales department. Also explain to him everything about his work in the department." Ira was still talking interview, so she said to give the responsibility to Samar to Prachi. Usually, whenever anyone was hired, it took 1 or 2 working days to start work. Ira knew that Samar had not eaten anything yet, probably because he didn't have money. To help Samar, she opened the back door so that he couldn't start work today. Prachi Desai smiled softly and said, "Yes, director," and took Samar with her to the second floor, the sales department. This was the same girl who had pushed Samar in the interview room when he was trying to escape. The girl was very beautiful. She had big, bright eyes with were very attractive and fair white skin. She looked like a very clay doll. She was wearing a light blue skirt. Under the skirt were long legs as white as snow, which were very attractive. Samar couldn't stop himself from looking at her again and again. There were many beautiful girls in India, whether it was Kiara, Ira, and Prachi Desai in front of him. They were all on top. Samar said in his heart he knew that his future would definitely be colorful. Then Prachi explained in detail about the salary and treatment. The monthly base salary of the sales department is 88,000, which is affected by attendance. We also provide basic ESI insurance and PF, along with year-end bonus and dividends. Also, you get 5% commission on every piece of jewelry you sell. 8,000 monthly salary was not much, but don't forget, there was year-end bonus and dividends, and most important, commission to get a higher salary. You just have to sell one more jewelry, which is the aim of the sales department. When Prachi finished, they had reached the second floor of the sales department. The sales department had an important place in the company. The company made products for the purpose of sale. Only by selling the products could then they earn a large amount of profit. If things were not sold, people could remain hungry. Prachi told the dozens and the so people in the room, "Hey, this is Samar Bhardwaj, our new colleague in the sales department." On hearing Prachi's words, everyone clapped a little and went back to their work. It was obvious that they were not interested in the new colleges. Looking at the people, it was evident that they were not bothered by Samar's arrival. Then Prachi said, "I am sorry, they all are very busy." Her pretty face turned red and embarrassment. Samar waved his hand and told Prachi not to worry. "It doesn't matter. When I work with them for a few days, everything will be fine." She knew. He was no. The dozens or so salespersons in the front of her, male or female, were experienced in the cooperation. Naturally, they had to keep a new employee out of their group, fearing they would take away their sales. Then Prachi said, "Number 19 is your workplace. There are procedures and protocols. Familiarize yourself with them. If you don't understand something, ask me." Prachi dropped her at the desk number 19, left with a gentle and graceful personality. A computer, a cup of tea, newspaper. The place was nice. She found that the other salespersons were collecting customer information, including their personality, expertise, and hobbies. Knowing both their product and customer will help sell the jewelry easily. Of course, some sell girls in order to win our customers. Something sacrifice their charm and give those customers a percentage of the discount. Since Summer was a novice, he had no customers. He could only start from the beginning. He smiled, pick up some documents laying near the desk and start reading. He read very fast. He remembered all the work done in the department in just 10 minutes. The job of the sales department was very simple. Simply put, it was to sell jewelry. Of course, selling jewelry at a high price was not easy. Generally, three, there are three aspects. First, understanding the nature and functions of the jewelry. Second, understanding the need of the customer and their purchasing power. Third, providing excellent product and customer service. By achieving these aspects, selling jewelry at high price was not very difficult. Agarwal Industries sold high-end jewelry, targeting a large customer base that belonged to the wealthier class. The most common jewelry could cost millions of rupees, while the most expensive jewelry could cost crores or even billions. Just then Prachi came up to the Summers and said, "It's afternoon. Let me take you to the cafeteria." She was blinking her big eyes, and they were particularly attractive. She knew that this young boy who had just joined work today would not know where the cafeteria was. From what she saw in director Ira Mahajan's eyes, it seems that she knew this boy from before, since Ira had entrusted Summer to her. Prachi definitely had to take care of him. Besides, Summer, good looks also made a good impression of her. The only drawback of there was wearing messy clothes, which made him look lazy and careless. Summer looked at Prachi and said, "Thank you. I am very hungry too." He stood up, touching his empty stomach. This girl seemed like a nice person. She not only explained how the company works but also took him to the cafeteria. Summer somehow liked this girl. There was a cafeteria on the first floor of Agarwal Industries, with more than 10 windows serving North Indian foods, South Indian foods, Chinese food, and the Thai food, along with the many other delicious. As soon as they stepped into the cafeteria, a dirty, careless guy came running towards Prachi and Summer. excitedly with a bunch of roses and asked Prachi, "Hey Prachi, are you coming to eat it?" Of course, this was one of the Prachi's followers. It was understandable that beautiful girls have many such followers. Prachi angrily told the boy, "Pranav, I have told many times. You should call me by my full name. Prachi, you can only call me my friend, not me." The boy's name was Pranav, and it was clear from Prachi's face that she was not happy to see Pranav in front of her. Obviously, she was upset with this ill tempered boy. Pranav extended the rose in his hand towards Prachi and said excitedly, "Prachi, these roses are for you. Please be my girlfriend." He had liked Prachi for a long time and today he finally proposed to Prachi with a rose. But Prachi frowned and refused him straight away, saying, "Sorry, I already have a boyfriend." She knew that Pranav was a playboy and she would definitely not fall in love and such a man. She was a good girl who liked responsible and mature boys. Who was the Prachi's boyfriend? Find out in the next episode. Until then, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment on the video. And if you have not subscribed the channel yet, make sure you do.